society we've been born into, we've been told that the man is the provider. Mwanaume ndo anafaa kuleta vitu kwa nyumba, whether it's food, anafaa kulipa rent and stuff.
I think it's quite well. It's okay if your man at that time is in a bad financial state to pay the rent, but I feel as a man you should be able, for you to offer leadership, you're able to pay the rent, go extra mile and do the projects that are supposed to do. Have a vision for this family, because I believe if the man is the one to give the
people lack transparency, and the other aspect is comparisons, uncommunicated expectations, and also the failure of people to understand the purpose of being in a relationship.
Welcome today in our podcast session. We are going to be engaging in a topic we are all aware of on modern love, relationship, and money, and especially in our campus setup. Something that is a topic that is thought-provoking, very sensitive and key to us to understand on how to navigate these issues in regards to a relationship, but also understanding money. And we have been joined today by amazing experts with us. They'll be sharing, and even as they introduce themselves, we get to hear their thoughts concerning this topic. And I believe that we are very ready to engage in this conversation. And you could also send questions and comments in the session after the session. Yeah, so I'll take this time as we dive deep into this conversation, just to understand, because when we talk about modern love, when we talk about money and relationship, we get to understand that in the era before, we used to exercise where we used to have men to being the people who are solely offering especially monetary support to the family. But we are finding now this is a generation where also women pursuing higher career levels, and also in terms of them growing based on empowerments, they also get now to begin working, and now there is a conflict of interest between who is to support what in the even beginning from a relationship, and of course translating even to marriage. So as we engage in this conversation, I would also invite you to be open-minded, and we get to learn, and as we share, I think we'll all get to learn something from it. So allow me to take the opportunity first of all to allow them introduce themselves as they tell us who they are and any information they may wish you to know about themselves. Yeah, so I'm going to begin by especially the ladies first, but now because you have the only gent in the panel, we can invite you to introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Jeff Mwangangi, depending on where you're watching me from, whether it's morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I am born again, I love the Lord. I'm a student at Maseno University, year 5, and I am happy to be here to have this conversation. I think it's a quite important conversation which we need to have so that we understand how to navigate life as we study, as we transition to getting married, and how things should run. I hope you're going to be blessed as you stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Karibu sana. Yes, karibu.
Thank you. Hi, Mercy Monga. A second-year student. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Laws here at Maseno, and yes, I would like to echo whatever Jeff has said. This is a very important topic, and I feel like while listening to this or while watching this, try to be open-minded, don't be fixed. Try to understand where we are coming from, as we also try to understand where you would be coming from, so that all of us learn, because nasemanga kuna mtu alizaliwa akijua kila kitu. Yes, so we are here to educate you as we also learn. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mercy. Karibu sana. Finally.
Yes, my name is Belly Biga. I'm a medical student in year 5. I am grateful for this opportunity to be able to also learn and share with you what I know hoping that we're going to have 2, 3 or more tips that we're going to take from here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so we are just going to dive deep into this conversation, and especially to us now in a campus setup. We've heard from each one of us that we are in campus, and we're going to discuss how to navigate issues in regards to relationship, in terms of how to handle finances, and of course, some of the basic things we'll be talking about is on how to, issues about the income inequality in relationship. We've not heard from them probably whether they are in relationship or not, but they'll just tell us what they feel, especially concerning income inequality between partners. How does it influence romantic relationship among the campus university students? Yeah, there are some concerns coming, especially in terms of conflict, in how they handling or how to handle income based on what you're having at hand, and the other person probably you're dating, and how probably are we able to gravitate through those issues. Maybe even as we start, we may first of all get to understand what is the term income inequality. So I think, Mercy, you can just mention to us what are we talking about when we dive into the conversation.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. When we talk of income inequality, we mean that we have people in a relationship here, and one of them, whether it's the man or it's the lady, is having, a better income, or let me say they have a higher economic status, or they're getting more money than the other one. Yes, so that's basically what income inequality is. Yes. So, how do we deal with issues of income inequality among partners, and how should we perceive it? The society we've been born into, we've been told that the man is the provider. Mwanaume ndo anafaa kuleta vitu kwa nyumba, whether it's food, anafaa kulipa rent and stuff. But we need to understand that the society is changing. Yes, the society is changing, and we are evolving in relation to us having affirmative action to ensure that women are in the same category as men. That is because of the patriarchal society we've had in years. So we get that nowadays the lady anaweza pata more money than the man. So I feel like in that society, the men have been told, wewe ndo unafaa kutoa pesa mingi. So if they're in a relationship where the lady is getting more money than them, they feel inferior. They feel like they're no longer who they're supposed to be. Their essence in life has been lost. And that shouldn't be the case. Because what makes a person is more than their financial value or their financial status. Yes. So you should be, I always say you should be positive in life. If one person is getting more money than the other, it's nice to come together and have a conversation around it. If you're dating, then how are you going to handle this issue when it comes to marriage? Are you okay as the lady being the one bringing a lot to the table, and the man just bringing something to complement it? If you are, then how do you guys communicate about it? Like, you come to an agreement, because if you're dating and you don't come to an agreement and you end up getting married, you'll have issues in relation to it. So I think communication is one key aspect in regards to how to handle this inequality. So you make sure that you understand each other and where each and every one of you is coming from. Yes.
Thank you, Mercy, for that one. Maybe we can hear a comment also from Jeff before Mary also to comment.
Okay. On my perspective, I feel money is very important, and I think when we talk about finances, it's just a factor. There are so many things that comprise of a marriage or anything. First, I want us to be clear that we are not talking about people who are not married. We are talking about partners who are getting married. So if you are there, you are cohabiting with your boyfriend, that is not what we are talking about, because from where I'm coming from, as a Christian, you should not cohabit. You should not be living with your girlfriend when you're not married. Now we are talking about when you are married. And I believe when you get married, you become partners. And being a partner is like whatever you do together. Like it's like two are better than one. Meaning everything that you want, whether it's financial and everything, belongs to two of you. Which I believe is the greatest essence of a marriage, because I don't feel if there is not that or not that part of sharing the burden, where when you get married, your wife and your husband, you are able to share the struggles of the world. If you are not able to share that, I don't feel it's important to get married. So we get married first to like extend where we want to go. If I have a vision of or somewhere I want to go in 10 years, when I get married, I expect to go there faster because it's a combined effort. So in short, when you're married, it enhances or it gives you the ability to achieve or accomplish what you want easily than when you are alone. Now when it comes to this aspect of now you are married, there is the wife and the husband. I think money should not be a big issue, which is currently, because I feel it starts even in the relationship, where you find there is expectation. If, for example, you're enjoying a girl, she has expectation in what you're supposed to do, which for me, I don't feel the expectation should be there when you're not married. Because, for example, when you're students here and I'm dating somebody, I don't expect them to believe or to think that I'm their father. That does not encourage me being stingy or not being able to give. Actually, we encourage in the scripture to be givers. But it's quite important for all of us to understand that when you're in a relationship, your partner is not your provider, is not your father, is not your mother. So that should be very clear. Now we are in marriage. We have this situation where the man is earning more than the woman, and the other situations where the woman is earning more than the man. I don't have a problem with either. I don't have a problem with either. I think it's very important for us to understand the goal that we all have and the potential a person has. For example, if I'm employed today and I have a job where I'm getting my 100,000 and my wife gets a job she's earning 150, it's okay. But now there is also this factor. What I'm trying to say is money is very important even to define how you contribute even your views in that marriage. Money is not only factor, but it's a factor. So I believe also as a man, so that you don't lose your moral authority in that family. Remember when God created male and female, he told the man, you will be the head and your wife will be your helper. You see, and the business of earth, like doing everything on earth, was solely for the man. But now God is like, I'll create you a helper. Meaning, if I am paying bills, my wife is coming to help what I usually do. It's not a new thing that is going to happen. And it cuts across in every aspect. Even today, there are people who have issues with roles, like should a man be able to cook in the house and everything, which I feel from the word go, the woman was coming to help what you are doing before. Like if I am cooking, my wife can come and help, but not that my wife is coming to be my cook. You get my point? So the man, every responsibility was for the man initially, for the man, and now the wife was protesting. So for you not to lose that moral and leadership authority, I believe it's the point of man to push yourself more. I'm not saying when your wife starts one, because sometimes it's challenges of the heart. Like when we had a period of corona, I know many men lost their jobs, and maybe your wife never lost. You can't say because your wife now is earning and you are not a man. But what I'm saying is, what are you doing about it? You are supposed to push yourself to understand, as the man of the house, you are supposed to be the lead. What you are doing, the responsibility that you are carrying, it's what your wife is helping you. So you should not be that comfortable that your wife, for example, is bringing 300,000 and you're bringing 50,000 and you're okay with it. I'm not saying you have issues within you, but you are supposed to push yourself more. That is what will bring that the ability, the leadership, the role God brought designed for a man. that responsibility aspect, even God will see it. But when you sit back and you are watching, your wife is making strides. For example, your wife is going to school, you are not going to school. Or she goes, does a PhD. You are there with your bachelor's. You see, those are things that I feel they are not supposed to happen like that. You're supposed to push yourself so that even if today your woman earns more than you, she will not be having issues even within herself. Whoever it is, maybe she's a Christian woman or not, she'll be able to understand. I know my man is working hard. I know this is the best that he can do. I know he's pushing ahead. You get. For me, I advocate for the man. Don't settle when your sole responsibility is not being met. And you being the provider, I feel there are also essentials of our family which a man should be doing with a lot of. For example, if today we are living in a rented house, I don't think it's quite well. It's okay if your man at that time is in a bad financial state to pay the rent. But I feel as a man, you should be able, for you to offer leadership, you're able to pay the rent. Go extra mile and do the projects that are supposed to do. Have a vision for this family. Because I believe if the man is the one to give the vision of the family, and now the wife seems ahead, who is really going, which vision are you going to follow? Because if your wife is like, I think we are earning a man in 1 million, we should do 1, 2, 3. She gives a lot of voice in that. Because money, as much as we are Christian, even the Bible recognizes, but the Bible says money answers to everything that does not answer to other things, it answers to money. Like everything answers to money. So money is the purchasing power, and it gives you the ability to have that moral authority. Yeah, that's my
Wow, that's a big comprehensive, understanding with regards to money and relationship. I think before I get into Mary, I'll maybe ask a direct question to you, Jeff. Now, you as a person, if let's say you're mentioning, the place of a man and taking charge and authority, especially on issues in regards to finances in a family setup. Now, let's get back to relationship. I understand also most of us, of course, in campus, in relationship, most of us are not married. Yeah, so in relationship, would you date somebody whom you feel that is financially higher than you? Like, let's say you're with this lady who is taking you out, maybe spoiling you, like, yeah, and you are not in a position, of course, to offer that, like, openly. She's the person is coming from her side. Would you feel comfortable to do so? And maybe what if it is yes or no, you can give us a response. Even as maybe also be responding in regards to that.
okay, according to me, I'm saying no. But now I have a different. Okay, I know this is not the final thing, but it's just my perspective. I feel one, if I'm dating this lady who has already made it, it means that maybe I'm dating an older woman, right? Like someone who has their life established when already I'm not established, maybe. And if we are in the same level, I think I will not be threatened because she will not have that much. Because, for example, if all of you have just graduated, there is no way, unless now I'm lazy, there is no way she will make 100 strides and I've already made one. But now, to get this person who is very established, I think they have been in game for some time. I know sometimes it happens that a lady can come from a well-off family, which does not happen all the time. In most times it happens that all of us we are just like the difference is so small. So that ability for a lady, for example, we graduate together and she makes 100 miles away when I'm still there, it means there is a problem with me. I should have, maybe she's ahead, but I'm also somewhere. Like I pushed myself to be somewhere. So it's okay. But for me, I don't feel one. I would find myself maybe in that situation because I don't feel, according to me, I would date a older woman. I'll always date someone who is younger than me. And if they have the money and everything, as a man, I will not rely on a woman's money. You get what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad for her to have the money. It's okay. She's empowered. It's okay. But for me, if we are going for a date, I'll make sure that I'll go according to where I can afford. I won't allow us to wait for her to take me to Serena, where I know very well I cannot pay. First, I will be able, because I have.
But if she can afford?
She can afford. But remember, I'm the one taking her, not her taking herself. You get? Actually, it will be a good show to me if it's a woman who is able to afford Serena, and I'm like, I can only afford this hotel, and she agrees to go with me there. It shows she's able to differentiate herself from her money. You get? But now when she forces me to go to Serena, which I know very well, I don't have that money, and she tells me I'll pay. Who is taking the other? Who is? You get my point. So from the one.
So it would be because you feel threatened as a
No,
man.
I'm not feeling threatened.
Okay.
I'm just. It's where the fact is I'm supposed to take her where I am able to afford, so that from the word go, I don't even set up expectations that I would meet in relationship. You get? In this entire thing we are in, it must be very clear that what I can afford is this, and it's very clear to her. It's okay if, for example, she decides after some time, like she wants to treat you, it's fine. But now it's a date. I want to take her. I'll take her where I can pay, not where I want. I want us to go for a date. So she's like, oh, where do you want us to go? Can we go to Serena? Will you? Yeah. But if she wants to treat me also, I'll accept, because everybody needs to be happy and everyone needs to be treated, right?
Okay. Let me get to you. What's your perception concerning income inequality?
So I think income inequalities should not be a challenge in relationships, but it happens because sometimes people lack transparency, and the other aspect is comparisons and communicated expectations, and also the failure of people to understand the purpose of being in a relationship. Because I think from the word go, if you define that this is the direction we want to take, and our relationship is not based on money, I think you can be able to overcome these challenges. And the other thing, what Mercy said is very important, having open communications. We're saying people are lacking transparency. They don't want to communicate and say, this is where I am at. So I find someone is going the extra mile of borrowing a loan to take me out. Then when we enter into a marriage, I find out that you're not even able to take care of the family. So at that moment, we are going to collide. We're going to have a conflict. But if from the word go, you tell me, this is where I want, this is where I am, then we work together. We have a mutual responsibility. We're saying that in a marriage, we're coming together and becoming one. So if we two are becoming one, we should work towards growing one another. So you as a man and me as a woman, we're working together, we're growing together. So we establish a financial, we establish a commitment where the both of us are willing to work together to ensure we can be able to sustain. Because when we're coming together, we're coming to raise kids. They are both our kids. They're not your kids alone. They're both our kids. So if we are to provide, I believe we can provide the both of us. Even if we're having the differences, but we're able to communicate and settle the differences and understand that we are more than, our relationship is more than the money. I believe we can be able to.
I think you are stressing on the subject of communication, which is very key. I saw Mercy noting down some of the key things. Yeah, maybe you can first respond to what Jeff was saying before even maybe I get to ask you a question.
So the first thing I'd like to address is something you said when if you're both of you are from university, just graduated, and I get to have more money than you, it means I completely because okay, we live in a society where, as I said before, it was okay. It still is in some aspect very patriarchal. So people tend, due to their affirmative action, when people go looking for internships and attachments, get that yes, due to their affirmative action and to that gender role, you see a lady will be taken in than the man. That doesn't necessarily mean that the man is not qualified for the job. Doesn't necessarily mean he's lazy. That is why he's not where I am. So I completely disregard that matter, and I feel like that is one of the reasons why men out here are suffering and they have so many mental issues, because the society is like, if you're not in the same position as a lady who graduated with you in the same time, then that means you're lazy, which is not the case. So I think that is a very, let me say, back way. Like But it doesn't make sense that you tell someone that and they're not lazy. You see, you're just adding them more stress and you'll give them like social pressure to like want to be there and they're trying their level best, you see. So I don't think that should be the case. Yeah. So it shouldn't be said that a man is lazy, that is why the lady is getting more money than him. Yes. The other issue is on expectations when you're dating. He said that the man is not your provider when you're dating, which I agree, because the lady also has a family who's not supposed to pay you like and stuff like that. But it is common courtesy. You buy gifts for the person, take them out. Those are still expectations, which he stated. You see, it's something that he should do. So yes, people have expectations. It is like between a kuanga that when you're dating, of course I'm going to expect you to do something, and he's going to expect me to do something. So obviously there are going to be expectations in a relationship. As long as they don't go beyond you asking the man to do everything for you and you still have parents, I feel like expectations will always be there.
But you're bringing the subject of the man doing everything. And we'll be getting to that point where that discuss to which extent in relationship, you like with your girlfriend feel that okay, I can sponsor and pay their school fees because I'm offering the support. Or to which extent we'll be discussing about that. But maybe a quick question to Marcy before we go further ahead. If you, because from what you're saying, there is a time, due to especially the issues which you mentioned in terms of especially going to the job market where ladies may be at the upper hand of finding compared to gents. Yeah. So if let's say you're dating a guy and this person is broke, he's not having a job like now, maybe at a point of internship that period, they're there and most likely they're not doing they've not gotten somewhere to something to do. You as a person, would you be comfortable to offer every financial responsibility, giving, taking, because literally, okay, they're not working and they're not like doing, they have not gotten anything to do. So probably maybe they're just, in the house or such a thing. So he calls you, maybe I need this and this, I need support on this. And then you said, would you now as a person comfortably do that and would you probably something you can say confidently that yes, ladies can do it, offering the support because you see, yes, indeed your boyfriend here is broke and there is nothing they can do about it. Yeah, so all the financial responsibility, that is, maybe if you need a transport to go somewhere, he calls you, Mercy, I need this amount. Then you say,
Okay, so just a follow-up question. We are dating in this case. We are not married.
yes.
We are dating. Then that depends. If this person is just in the house doing nothing, as in they're not putting effort,
I mean, they have no job.
are they looking for a job?
Okay.
Are they looking for a job? Wanatoka kwa nyumba wananiambia, Mercy, I have an interview today and I don't have 100 shillings ya kufika kwa interview. That one I can do.
Okay.
Because this person is actually putting in the effort. You see. But if a person is, let me say, lazy for lack of a better term, and they're just in the house, they're not searching for a job, and they actually expect me to do everything, then I would. Because that is, if the roles were reversed, I also don't think it's fair for a man to be sponsoring everything for a lady, and the lady is just seated doing nothing. People out here, they come and talk of equality, but they don't want to practice it. So if it's unfair to the man to do that, then it's also unfair to me. So it's a matter of a person putting in the effort. If they are putting in the effort to look for a job, then why would I not send them their 100 shillings to get to the interview? You see? Yes.
I think
Okay.
I agree with what Mercy is saying. I think this point of laziness and overtime, I think she should not get what she meant. I think I agree with whatever she is saying now.
Okay.
But my point was, for example, it was just a thinking. Even if today they have graduated and she wasn't yet a job, what I am doing is the problem. Because if she can see I am pushing myself, to get myself, I don't have to get that job that she has another one or something, that is okay. You get my point? What I was saying is there are some times when we talk about the listeners whereby, like today we graduate with Mercy. It's not about pressure to men or anything. It's about Mercy has made, is making miles every day. Again, she is doing 1, 2, 3. She has gone gotten a job. She has gone back to school. For me, I'm just seated here doing nothing. I've not gone to back to school. I am not looking for those jobs. Even the small that if I get a job which is paying lesser than what I think I should be paid, I'm not taking it. You get? That is what really I'm talking about. Because if you're pushing yourself, even if your woman is ahead, there is no way there will be a big gap. There will be somewhere. You get? Like I wouldn't be able to call Mercy and tell her I need 100. Can you imagine today graduating with Mercy and I tell her that I need 100? It shows there is a problem because today there are so many jobs that you can get, which you can get easy. You get my point? You can get easy. But now I reach a point where even 100 bob, I have to depend on her. Like yesterday I never ate, I have to depend on her. But someone just told me, even wash my car, I give you 500 because I feel I'm educated. I won't do that. You get my point? That is what I mean. Like you must, as a man, you must be able every day to work towards being better. You get, no matter how your woman makes, even if she's ahead, make sure that you are someone and she's seeing you putting much effort. Even that will give her the ability to respect you even when you are less. But can you imagine, Mercy, every day you're going to work, coming at you, but you find me in the house. I was watching TV. I'm still waiting for you maybe to come out. You get the point? It will break an That is what I think that's what I meant.
As my response on this, I think the point is coming out clearer in regards to how to approach it. The question is, if this your boyfriend, let's say for example, your boyfriend is they are making efforts. They are not seated in the house watching movie and browsing, probably watching movies or whatever it is. Yeah, they are making efforts. They are earning, but from what you're earning is way above what they are getting. So, and of course, you mentioned on communication. So you people sit down and you'll be like, because I know that what you're earning is way below what I'm getting. I will support you. Let's say probably now the amount they are having, they could only sustain themselves with having the let's say the meals, and then now you say that you'll be paying the rent and maybe probably any other thing. Would you is it something you can watch for? Because you're saying communication is very key. You communicate and they tell you, by the way, we have not sitting in the house, but I'm making efforts at least to go out, and this is what I'm earning, but I'm able to sustain myself. It is that. What do you have to say? And of course, you are in a position, you are earning, and you can be in a position to support yourself.
I think I'll go back to where Mercy said, at what position are we even currently in this relationship? Because I think if we are just boyfriend and girlfriend, and we don't even have the vision of getting into a marriage or something of the sort, I think that would be too much, honestly. But if I am saying that currently where we are working maybe forward to getting into marriage or something of the sort, I think I'll be willing to support. Because I know because getting to financial freedom is a process. So I understand we need to both grow together and work together. So what can we do, and how can I help you to be able to get there? But what you've said, he's putting the effort, yes, but also where are they at? That is very key, because it's the kind of things we are seeing here. How you have taken a person to school, they have learned, and then they go after. They have just used you. Yeah. So honestly, where we are, how we are defining this relationship is very important.
Wow! I think that is a great response. As we are conversing, I think around the state of income inequality and finances issues. I think a question which should come to us is whether you're now there, you're in campus, and now we're speaking in regards to the campus setup. The financial the issue about finances, is it key in relationship? Would we say that we can just date, but issues in regards to finances, let us not like involve ourselves into it. So hakuna story ya maybe kupelekana out. So like the main point of focus is yeah, we are dating, but also because as Mary is mentioning, there are times when the end goal is not clear. That is another conversation, I think, for another day. But you know, when you feel that okay, there's no need for us to engage in the conversation, especially about finances. You feel, is it key? Is it really key that we have to always talk about financial issues in a relationship at every point, be it at just you know, still you're not, the definition of marriage is not clear. Could we still always engage in the conversation from the one group?
As I said, and I still stick to it, communication is key. And in as much as we'd like to escape this, but money is important in every aspect of your life. Like, kwanza the fact that kotua willing. You know, as I said, as long as you're in a relationship somewhere, whether it's a friendship, it's you guys are dating, it's courtship, or even your parents-child relationship, money is always involved. So I feel like not talking about it will be running away from the problem. Because actually, let me say, most of the time, you don't get like people who are dating when you work out the same economic status. And as I say, you're in a relationship, you'll have expectations. It's my birthday, what did you get me? Like, it's your birthday, I need to get you a gift. You see, like it will be always like that. So it's very important, to answer your question, to have this discussion. Like you say, Mimi, my parents send me this amount of money every single day. I'm a week, I'm a per month, I'm a even a semester. So, you know, this is how I use my money. So don't expect me to get you a bag that is worth 30,000 because I can't afford. And I tell you, don't expect me to get you a watch that is 50k because I can't afford. But if I get you something that is 3k and I can afford that, and you can get me, let me say, a bag that is 1,000, then I should be able to appreciate that because we already had this discussion. But if we don't, I'll be seeing like I'm doing so much and you're doing so little. Like whatever I'm giving is not the same amount. Let me say the same measure I'm receiving. So this conversation is paramount. Like you just need to have it, because I feel like most of the relationships was in a fall at the dating stage because people don't communicate with each other. So I'm having expectations, but Jeff doesn't know that I'm having these expectations. So I told Jeff, you know what? I wanted heels. Like I've always wanted heels. And I show him a picture. I want these heels. Jeff akirudi kwa nyumba anaangalia heels ni 5k. Jeff doesn't get that much money for him to save up to buy me heels that 5k. You see, he doesn't communicate that with me, and he doesn't bring me the heels. You see, tutakuwa na shida because I'll be just bringing up issues after issues. Na siku moja tu I'll just be like, I wanted heels and you didn't bring me heels, but you also didn't tell me I can't afford these heels. So the matter of talking about finances is very important. Whether you're in a friendship, whether you're dating, whether it's courtship, whether like friendship, whether it's like two ladies in a friendship, or two gents in a friendship, this is a very important matter that has to be discussed. Because even your parent tells you, I'm giving you this amount of money, so manage it well. In the same way,